So let's start. If you are you're raised Muslim and you're used to the month of Ramadan. Cool? If you're raised Muslim, you're used to the month of Ramadan. Number 1, don't eat to a full stomach. Number 2, pray minimum 8 rakahs of Taraweeh. Number 3, have a daily habit of connecting with the Quran, even if it's reciting 1 page. If you could do a juz, great. But you have to, again, sidq and taqwa are interlinked because you have to know yourself. Okay? If you're to be mindful of Allah, you have to be mindful of yourself. To have taqwa, you have to know yourself. So if you add on things that you know are not achievable, okay, you're fooling yourself and you're self-sabotaging subconsciously. We don't want to do that. Okay, have an achievable goal of connecting with the Quran and jot one thing to work on, and usually it's character that should be the focus. Okay, ihsan is what we want to achieve. Achieving ihsan, the highest level of what it means to be a Muslim, to worship God as though we see him in every moment, and when we can't, recognizing that he's aware of all that we do and being aware of that. To reach that, we have to be methodical and scientific about how we improve the flaws that we know exist within us. Okay, now to do that cold turkey on multiple things at once is just not going to work. Okay, so choose one character flaw. That's just an example of one thing to work on. Anger. Okay, I'm going to spend this month to really restrain myself when I get angry. It's not, I'm going to just not get angry. Well, good luck, Like, how could you witness the genocide in Gaza and not be angry? Of course, we're all angry. Like, anger is a part of the human experience. But, I'm going to spend the month working on restraining myself and idfa billati ahsan. When I am angry, I'm going to remind myself, Allah says, respond with that which is most beautiful. Not in the way that, okay, so that's how I'm going to do it. The 5th is dopamine fast. Okay, an elimination, a part-time, like a part elimination diet of your screen time and of your social media use. You don't have to cut it cold turkey completely, but if you don't need it, bismillah, all power to you. You should, and you can, right? But having some sort of dopamine fast from screen time and social media. Now, if you're a new Muslim, the list changes just a bit. Number 1, still don't eat to a full stomach, okay? Because I feel like that's like the silver bullet of Ramadan. It's the magic pill. It really, really is. If you can get into the habit of restraining your stomach, Imam al-Ghazali, he said that really all of self-discipline and spiritual actualization becomes easy when you are able to control the 2 main desires, the desire of the stomach and the desire of the genitals, right? That if you can discipline those and control those instead of them controlling you, everything else will become easy. Okay, so number 1, don't eat to a full stomach. Number 2, and this is beyond fasting, of course. Fasting is like the bare minimum we assume. If you're a new Muslim and all you could do is fast, that's a huge deal. Okay, because that alone is new. But not eating to a full stomach, going to Taraweeh, even if it's for 2 rak'ahs, just to be connected to the community. And communities should make spaces for new Muslims. Okay, something that communities should be in a habit of doing is every single Ramadan. In fact, you could do this every day of Ramadan. Before you begin the Taraweeh, right after Isha, you should grab the mic and say, are there any new Muslims here? Okay, MashaAllah, welcome. If there's anything we could do for you, let us know. If there's anything we could, because that is how we welcome people into our space. We don't just assume everyone knows what's going on. Yeah. So if you're a new Muslim, going and just being around the community, getting exposed to it is very, very essential. You don't want to be alone, and it's on the community to ensure our new Muslims and our convert community who may not be new Muslims do not feel isolated in this month, because a lot of them do not have Muslim family, and so community is all they have. And so we should be doubling down as the priority to focus on those who may not have Muslim family and those who are new Muslims. And then the third thing I would say, if you're a new Muslim, try to read the English translation of the Quran if you haven't completed it in Ramadan. If you can't do the whole thing, try to read a page a day, a few pages a day. The Oxford translation is my favorite. If you can't, I'm doing daily lessons every single day at 1 p.m. Eastern for all new Muslims. It's free, and we're exploring all of the themes of the Quran. So you're welcome to attend that as well. And then the dopamine fast, number 4. Number 5, if there was one thing to work on, if you're a new Muslim, just get your prayer down. That's it. Like, just get in the habit of praying regularly. Even if you can't start with the 5, get in the habit of praying regularly, but not just praying regularly, mastering the art of that prayer, mastering the concentration. Oh, I'm not concentrating. Okay, you know what? Before I pray, I'm going to maybe do some dhikr. Just say la ilaha illallah. I'm just going to do some deep breathing, and then I'm going to start the prayer. Oh, I'm still not concentrating. Okay, you know what? I'm going to slow down in my movements. Okay, I'm not going to rush through my movements. I'm going to pause when I get into the bowing position. I'm going to pause when I'm in prostration. When I'm in prostration, I'm going to speak to Allah. Did you guys know that you can make dua in any language? In any language, if you're in sujood. Even if you're not a new Muslim, you're allowed to make dua in any language in your sujood. So these are the 5 tips that I recommend, inshallah.